Hey friends, it's Kurt from Transformative Journeys. I'm going to take a little break from posting videos about pilgrimage planning for just a few minutes and talk about something else that just came to me and I think it's worth sharing. So earlier this week I heard a song from a band that was very popular about the time I started college, Supertramp, and the song was Take the Long Way Home. Some of you may remember it. And as I was listening to it, I heard a line that sort of struck me. And it went something like, I may not have this exactly right, but it went something like, do you feel like your life has turned into a catastrophe? Well, it has to be for you to grow, boy. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't remember that line from back in the day. And I spent some time thinking about it. And it reminded me of a John Mellencamp song from back in the 90s called The Full Catastrophe of Life, and in which he sings about opening his belt every day to welcome the full catastrophe of life. So I got kind of curious about it, and I Googled the line. And it turns out that one of the sources of this idea of the full catastrophe comes from Zorba the Greek, when Zorba is asked if he had ever been married. And he says, "Oh, sure. I had a wife, I had a house, I had kids, the full catastrophe." And really, kind of what it's about is that life brings us all kinds of things. Along with the pleasures, it brings us the pain. Along with the joys, it brings us the grief. And that we have to embrace it all. And one of the most profound things I ever heard, one of the most profound statements I ever heard about that topic was when Anderson Cooper was interviewing Stephen Colbert. And they're talking about their life experiences. And Colbert tells a story that I didn't know about him, that his father and I think two older brothers died in a plane crash when Colbert was about 11. Truly a catastrophe. And about how he and his mother had to find a way to carry on without them. And later in the interview, Colbert says something to the effect of, sometimes God's greatest gifts to us come from our greatest sorrows, from our greatest tragedies. I thought that was pretty profound. So we have to welcome the shadow. The shadow's got a lot to teach us. The pain's got a lot to teach us. If we spend all our time trying to avoid it, it'll find us anyway. It's not a failure when things go wrong. It just is one of those things that happens. And the shadow allows us to better appreciate the light. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.